first two plays of the series where they threw balls underneath and got tackled and didn't get first down, the clock continued to roll. They probably lost 25 or 30 seconds. Now, you really only got one play left unless you run a quick out or something.
You can see it here. Amari one-on-one down here. If they get a one-on-one situation, he's going to try to get it to Amari. But other than that, it looks like it's going to be a Hail Mary.
And that is it. Ohio State
taking their games over.
Will meet Oregon for the national championship. And after winning 2 national championships in a row, Nick Saban was denied last year, and he has fallen 1 game short this time around. A stunning game in almost every imaginable way.
Well, it's a stunning game because the Alabama defense really got manhandled by a third-string quarterback, and we all, nobody thought that would happen. Amari Cooper really was non-existent. Blake Sims struggled throwing the pick 6. So all the things that we said couldn't happen in this game, or we thought they couldn't happen, they wound up happening. And to me, number one, let's give Ohio State some credit, okay? Cordell Jones, third-string quarterback, has now won the Big Ten championship game and the college football playoff semifinal. So let's give this young man some credit.
That's great, but there's no sugarcoating. This is a crushing blow to Alabama and to Nick Saban. Yes, he's still the best coach in the country, although some will begin to pick at that. But this is just an amazingly disappointing night and a huge night for Urban Meyer. Took a year off and came back to Ohio State and has been flawless with the exception of last year's Big Ten championship game. Let's grab some reaction, and I'm sure there's going to be some interesting reaction. Tammy is up next. Tammy?
Oh, I'm so glad Oregon is in there. We lost, but you know what? We played a heck of a game against Wisconsin, but you know what's even more about it, even though we lost?
What's that?
Ohio State won. That's even better. I don't care if we did lose. It makes it even better. It makes my loss better because Ohio State beat Alabama. I'm so glad. I'm so thankful. And everybody out there, Oregon is going to win it. Oh, Wario!
Well, a lot of nothing like SEC teams pulling for
a lot of in-state
each other. Yeah, let's go out to South Lake, Texas. I think our man across the aisle here knows that place pretty well. It's JP. What's up?
Good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
Well, not doing so well out here on South Lake. We had a tough one tonight, but I'm gonna tell you something. If there's one man that don't deserve to get on a team bus, it's Lane Kiffin.
Okay.
And he made Todd Dodge look like Bear Bryant tonight. I'm telling you. I mean, he don't let him on the bus.
Well, I think he'll probably get a seat. He's.
Todd Dodge was my high school coach.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that I was beginning to wonder if my football acumen has gotten to an all-time low.
Fair, yeah. Todd Dodge was my high school coach and went on to be the head coach at North Texas for a little while. I think it's important to really reflect.
Well, thank you very much for the call. Josh is in Ohio. I'm sure there is celebrating in the streets. Hello, Josh.
Yeah, we got streets up here. We're celebrating. You know what I love about the SEC and you guys down south? You always talk about how you're superior, but you never, ever, ever during a game can ever give credit where credit's due. The majority of our squad is going to be Northern boys that just went down there in your backyard and whooped your team. At halftime, 348 yards to 148. The only reason Alabama's in this game to the end is the 2 turnovers by Ohio State. You guys won't admit it. You'll just keep on talking about the Southern is the best. In the Big Daddy Bowls today, the SEC took it on the chin, 0-3.
Listen, I don't know. No one is denying that.
The Big Ten
Josh,
play football. You guys talk stuff all the time.
Josh.
I'm coming on ESPN, throwing down the gauntlet because the SEC is owned by ESPN. You got your $3 billion deal.
Sure.
The Big Ten just owned you guys tonight. Urban Meyer came down there, owned the SEC. That's where it's at. Now we're going to win bowl championship. And this is the greatest time to be an Ohio State fan because you know what? Urban's here. You guys are going to be scared for the next 10 years when he's up here. He's going to own the SEC.
Josh, let me give you some credit, Josh. Josh, What you're saying.
Every year I have to listen to you guys talk your stuff.
Okay, but Josh,
you're going to listen to us now.
Josh, here's what you want, Josh. Here you go. Hey, Josh, here's somebody on the SEC network that's going to give you credit.
Bowl game against us. You never schedule out of conference tough games against.
Pretty sure Wisconsin played LSU in the first game of the year.
Yeah.
Josh, I'm trying to give you credit if you'll let me, Josh.
Josh, no. Hold on a second, Josh. Here's the problem with guys like Josh. I mean, they are going to run their mouth, and there's nothing anyone down here can do about it. But just at least, Josh, let somebody talk to you, though.
Josh, I'm trying to give you a little credit here. You're right. Urban Meyer on the SEC, I will tell you right now, they came to New Orleans. They were the underdog, 8-9-point underdog, and they physically beat Alabama tonight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Over 300 yards rushing, a third-string quarterback. You have to give your hats off to Ohio State. And they physically manhandle Alabama at the line of scrimmage. And they took away Amari Cooper.
Yeah, and Ohio State was a better team. I mean, what do you want me to? What do you want us to say?
No, I mean, there's no getting around that. But I think what you're hearing, and Greg, you do a talk show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no stopping this. And I said before the game, winning this game is not nearly as big as Alabama losing it, and it's happening. And let it roll. What difference does it make?
And look, hey, Alabama, the SEC, everybody had a really nice run for 8 years. I mean, it was a great run. 8 years, 8 times having a member of this conference, a member of the SEC, play for a national championship. It was a great run. All great runs must come to an end at some point.
And what will happen now, though, is those who said the Saban dynasty is over, they're going to get a lot of fuel on that. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that this is now 2 years without a national championship for Nick Saban. That's a disaster in the triangle of Nick Saban's career.
Guys, but you know what this is more than anything, and this from a national perspective. Have you ever been told for years that you can't do something?
Right.
The rest of the country has been told for years you can't beat the SEC. The SEC's won 7 out of 8 titles. They've played for a title 8 times. The rest of the United States of America has been told what they can't do. So the entire country has said, you know what? Not only can we do it, we're going to come in here and show you. And then when we do it, we're going to brag about it. And to me, that's what you're going to hear on your show and Greg's show all week.
Here's the problem, though. SEC fans beat their chest. The SEC influence is large. And then and some people write books saying that the SEC is king and can beat everybody else's conference.
What's the name of that book again?
My conference.
The fact of the matter, and look, I'm proud to have been associated with this conference. I'm proud to have played against these great schools. I'm proud to have been there during a time in which we did go to 8 straight championships. But you know what? There are other good teams out there. There are other good conferences out there. There are outstanding coaches outside this conference. Do I think from top to bottom?
Standing up on that podium instead of Nick Saban.
And there are some outstanding teams still in the SEC. I know that the bowl record doesn't necessarily reflect that at 5-5.
I don't see well, but I haven't seen that many in the last couple of days.
But you know what? There's still bright days ahead for this conference.
Well, I mean, nobody's denying that, but you also can't deny that this is a really dark day for the SEC, and
it's a dark couple days.
Well, listen, the Auburn loss, the Ole Miss loss, the Mississippi State loss, all those are
the SEC West
are difficult.
The SEC West got manhandled.
But nothing will sting as much as this one tonight. I mean, this is one of the 2 biggest games in college football history, and Alabama at 2 or 3 different times in the game had a chance to put it away early, and then late they were in a great position. And it slipped away, and I don't know how you explain that. Let's grab some more calls here. And Jerry is up next in Alabama. Hey, Jerry.
What's up, guys?
We're doing great.
Hey, it's frustrating. Well, first of all, Tammy's a nut. I've never pulled for Auburn.
Know that.
I pulled for Auburn.
Okay.
I pulled for Auburn today, and first time in my 50 years, and their defense still hadn't tackled anybody. But
I wouldn't worry about Auburn's defense if you're an Alabama fan.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm frustrated. We're supposed to be the king of defensive coaches, and we can't cover anybody. What is the problem? And if we run Derrick Henry tonight 25 times, we win the game.
Well,
what's up with that?
Well, whatever's up with that can wait, because there's plenty of time to do soul searching on that. Frank is in San Antonio, Texas. Good morning where we are. It's almost good morning where you are.
Yes, hi, Paul. This is Frank from San Antonio. I'm a big Longhorn fan. I'll just get that out to start with. Greg, you were a great player in college. I'll give you that. But tonight, the game was the only thing I'll say about tonight, those Ohio State fans can say a lot. I'm not a super SEC fan. I did graduate from South Carolina in the Army, but Alabama handed them the game tonight. I mean, Ohio State can beat their chests all they want, but they barely won the game, and Alabama made consistent mistake after mistake the whole night. So
no doubt. You are 100% correct about that. Let's grab Mike up in Kentucky. Mike, how are you?
Yeah. Hey, Paul. How are you doing, buddy?
We're doing great.
Well, what I want to talk about was something that happened yesterday, that you had a phone caller say that Wisconsin and the Big Ten just threw that game so Ohio State would make it to play in the game tonight. And I just want to prove that, that's not
Well,
true.
I don't think anyone really took that too seriously, but
I don't either. But
we certainly did. Mike is next in Mississippi. Mike, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right, Paul. How are you guys tonight?
Really well.
Hey, I think Saban needs to get on the bus and just kick Kiffin right off of it and leave him standing there and drive right on off. He did terrible play calling for this offense tonight. He should have done the bread and butter and handing it off, and we'd have been fine. But he trying to throw passes and do all kinds of stuff on that offense, and Saban needs to just kick his butt to the curb.
Kiffin not handling the peanut gallery very well.
Can we take a little bit wider perspective here, just for a minute? I know it's really hard. People are reactionary. People get upset at the end of games, especially when they don't go in favor of the team that they're cheering for. The reason why Alabama was in this game is because of Lane Kiffin.
No question.
The reason why Blake Sims played as well as he did for 13 games for the most part is because of Lane Kiffin. How about giving the guy some credit for what they did?
Kiffin has gotten a lot of credit.
He doesn't need to get